What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to continue adding our database to our To-Do List app with PyQt5 and Python. All right, guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to finish adding the database to our To-Do List app. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com, where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership with all my courses, videos, and books for one-time fee of just $49, which is insanely cheap. Okay, so we've been working on this app for a couple of videos here, and in this video, we want to finish adding this save to database function. So we click on this, we get a little thing, hey, your thing has been saved to the database, we're good to go. That way, when we close this app and open it back up again, all of our previous stuff will be listed. So that's what we're gonna look at in this video. So let's head over to our code here. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor and the Git Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other PyQt5 videos in this series. So check that out if you haven't so far. So, okay, in the last video, we sort of worked on this save it function where we're grabbing all the items from our to-do list app and printing them to the terminal. Now, we don't want to print them to the terminal. We want to print them or save them to the database. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to modify this a little bit to do that in this video. So I'm going to use the SQLite3 database. It comes with Python. There's nothing for us to install, but really you can use any database that you want. If people are interested, we'll use maybe MySQL or Postgres in the future, but the basic functionality is the same no matter what database you're going to use. The SQL commands are just slightly different. That's really the only change. So just for the ease of explaining this, we're going to use the SQLite3 database for this. And the only thing you need to do to use this is import it. So let's go import SQLite3, and that's it. It's already installed in your system. It comes with Python. All we have to do is import it. So very cool. So right when the program starts, let's create a database or connect to one that already exists. And to do that, we just create a variable. I'm going to call it con, short for connection. And we want to connect to SQLite3.connect. And then let's just name this thing. And I'm going to name it mylist.db. Now what this will do is if it doesn't exist, it'll create it. If it does exist, it'll just sort of connect to it, right? So that's cool. Now let's create a cursor. And a cursor is like a little, I think of them as a little robot, a little program that goes out and does stuff. So the cursor will send it out to grab data. It'll bring it back. We'll save data. It'll go to the database and save it for us. It does the stuff we want it to do. So I usually call this C, short for cursor, because we've got to type it a lot. So just make it easy. Go C, and that's going to be con.cursor, and this is a cursor instance, right? Okay, so let's now create a table. So databases have tables. You store your data in the table. So let's go c.execute, and I'm going to put this on multiple lines, even though we don't really need to, but I just sort of always do this. So let's go create table if not exists. So we want to call our table to-do_list. And then we need to define some stuff inside of that. So this will create a table if the table doesn't already exist. So if it already exists, it won't do anything. But if it doesn't exist, it'll create it. So that's kind of handy. So now we need to define what's going to be in this table. And we only really have one item. Each line in our list is just one item. This is not going to be like multiple columns in this database table. We just need one column, one thing. So I'm going to call this list_item, and that's going to be text. All right, so that looks good. So this will create the table called to-do list if it doesn't exist already. And if it doesn't exist, it will add a column into that table called list item. Okay, so now we just need to commit the changes. And to do that, we go con.commit. And then we want to close our connection. It's just good practices. So con.close. Okay, so anytime the program starts, this will either create the database if it doesn't already exist. And if it doesn't exist, it will add a table with this column, list items. Now, all we have to do is put the stuff from our to-do list into the columns, one row per list item. So every time there's a thing on our list, we just add that to the list item column of our to-do list table. So that's pretty simple. So let's go down here, and when our program starts, let's just run a function called, I don't know, grab all. So we want to grab all the items from the database, right? So let's define grab underscore all. We want to pass in self. And here, let's say, I don't know, grab items from database. Redundant. We've already said that right here, but all right, whatever. So anytime we want to do stuff with the database, we need to connect to the database and create a cursor and then commit our changes and close our changes. So I'm just going to copy all of this and come down here inside this function and paste this stuff in. We need to tab this over. Now we're not going to do this stuff every time. We're going to do something a little different. But every time we want to connect to the database, you have to connect to the database. You have to create a cursor. And then when you're done, you have to commit your changes and close your changes. So we've got that. So what do we want to do? We want to grab everything that's in the database and pull it out. So let's go c.execute. And I'm going over the SQLite stuff very quickly. I've got a whole course on SQLite3 at Codemy.com if you want to check that out. It's a pretty popular course. We go through all of these things in more detail, what the commands are, what the, all of this stuff is. So if you're interested in databases, I've also got a course on MySQL there too. It's very similar, just with MySQL instead of SQLite3. So check those courses out if you're interested. Definitely worth your time. So we want to select everything, the star means everything, from our to-do list table, right? And let's put them in a variable called records. And we want to c.fetch all. So this is saying, hey, fetch everything that we've selected from the database and slap them in this variable records. Now that we have that variable, we can do anything we want with it. So we also want to commit our changes and close our connection. But now we can just come down here and do a little loop through records and add to screen. So let's go for record in records. Why records? Because that's what we named this guy right there, right? So now we just want to self dot mylist underscore list widget. We want to dot add item. And what do we want to add? Well, we want to add that record. Now we can't actually do that because this is returning a Python list of tuples, right? So we need to first convert it to a string. So we can do that. And then, well, I'll just leave it like this so you can see what it's returning. It's returning a tuple. So we're going to have to actually do something like this, but maybe I'll leave that off for now just so you can see it. So, okay, this will take everything that's in there and put it out onto the screen. So, okay, that looks good. And we're good to go there. Now, we don't have anything in there yet. So we need to actually come down here in our save it function. This is what happens when we click the save button. We worked on this in the last video. So when we click the save button, this function gets called. So we need to actually save something when we click that button. So let's come up here. I'm gonna grab all this stuff again, because again, it's always the same. We always wanna, connect to the database, grab a cursor, commit our changes and close. So let's see, right up here and save it. I'm just gonna paste all this stuff in. So we connect to create a cursor. We don't need this. And I'm gonna grab this stuff. And look at that dictionary. This is a list. Man, I keep doing that. All week I've been calling Python lists dictionaries. Something weird happening in my brain. So anyway, we want to paste these down here at the bottom because when we're done, we want to commit all this stuff. So, all right, we're connected to the database every time we save. Now, the first thing we want to do is delete everything that's already in the database. So delete everything in the database table. Why do we want to do that? Because otherwise it'll just append what we're trying to save onto the list that was previously saved. And we probably don't want to do that, right? We just want to clear what was there previously and save whatever's currently in our to-do list. So as we cross items off and stuff, we want to be able to save that to the database, having crossed them off. So to do that, we need to delete everything first. So let's go c.execute. And then we want to delete from to-do list. That's our table. And then we put a semicolon and then a comma, and I think that's it. So that should delete everything that's currently in there. Now we want to save whatever's currently in our to-do list into the database. So down here, we've already started this. We're printing this to the terminal. Instead of doing that though, let's comment this out. What we want to do is add stuff to the table. So here we can go c.execute. And we want to insert into our to-do list table the values of, and I'm going to call this item. Right? We're only listing one thing at a time, right? So here we would normally define all of our items, but there's only one, so this is going to look kind of silly, but we'll do it this way anyway. I'm going to call this item, and it's going to be item.text. Why items.text? Because up here in the last video, that's what we were printing. That's what the things we're pulling from the list are, those things. So, okay, that's a lot of stuff we did. I almost certainly made an error or typo or something somewhere along the way. But let's save this and run it, see if this works. So head over to our terminal, and I'm in our C PyQt5 directory. I've got a virtual environment turned on as always. Let's run Python to do 2. And when we do, we see this blank list. So I'm gonna go item 1, add it to the list, item 2, add it to the list, item 3, add it to the list. Now when I save this, nothing happens. We'll have to create a little pop-up box. We'll do that in just a second. Now if we close this, run it again, hopefully those 3 things are listed, and they are, item 1, item 2, item 3. Now notice, they don't look right. They've got, like I said, this is returning a list of tuples. So we can change that really easily. In fact, I already showed you how. We just come up here to, let's see, when we're grabbing everything and we're adding them, we're putting these records. We just want to put the 0th item of each tuple, and that will bring us the actual list item itself. So now if we run this guy again, you can see it's bringing the actual list. So very cool. Let's try and add item the 4th. Add that. And now let's save this again. Again, nothing happens. We'll have to create a little pop-up box. But now if we close this, save it again, open it again, now we see item the 4th is on there. And so that looks good. So that's it. We're done. This actually works. It's kind of overkill using a database for this since we're only saving one row or one column of information, but this is how you would do it. So really quickly, let's add a pop-up box whenever we click this button, because it's kind of annoying. We don't have any way of knowing anything has happened at all. So I'm going to come up here to the very top, and let's go from PyQt5 .qt widgets. Yeah, there we go. We want to import Q message box. I think that's right. Yeah, that looks right. So let's save that. Let's head down here to the save it function, and just here at the bottom, after we've done this, let's pop-up box here. So let's create a little message, and this is going to be a Q message box. And let's go msg.set window title. And this is going to be saved to database. Exclamation points. Right? And let's go message.set text. And here let's say your to-do list has been saved. Right? And then we can set a little icon if we want. So let's go msg.set icon. I think I did a video on message boxes. But here, this is just a Q message box dot information. That'll return a little icon of an eye, like for your information, right? Whatever. And then to actually run this thing, we just create a variable called anything you want. And let's just go msg.execute. There we go. And don't forget the little underscore thing, exec underscore. All right, that should work. Let's go ahead and save this, run this guy one more time. Uh-oh, no module named PyQt5. What in the world did I do? Oh, I misspelled PyQt5. Of course I did. Of course I did. All right, so this should be uppercase PyQt5. How did that get past me? Should have said something. All right, so let's try this again one more time. All right, so there we go. Item the 4th. Let's say we want to delete item the 4th, so let's delete it. Now let's save this guy. Uh-oh. Argument 1 has unexpected str. Line 143. I went through that a little fast. So let's come back down here. Line 133, set icon. Quotation marks. No quotation marks. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Now we'll try this again. All right, so let's add back item 4th. Add item to list, save it. What? To-do list has been saved. All right, and we're good to go. If we close this, we open it back up again. Item 4th has been saved on there. Let's delete this guy. Your to-do list has been saved. Good to go. Close it, open it, and just that easy. So like I said, I went through that very quickly. Like I said, I've got lots of videos on SQLite3, both on the YouTube channel and whole courses on it at Codemy.com. I've also got courses on MySQL. I've also got courses on Postgres. If you're interested in databasey stuff, definitely check those out. We went through this very quickly, but just that easy to add databases to your PyQt stuff. You just sort of do the same thing you do with any program, any Python. You just import the database, create a connection, a cursor, do your SQL command, commit the changes, and close it. So if you understand these databases, it's very easy to use this. And we've done a very simple one here with just one column, list item. You could have dozens of columns, hundreds of columns, thousands of columns, and be as complicated as you want, or you could be as simple as you want and just save one little thing to the database. But that's how you do it. So that's all for this video. If you'd like to, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off memberships. I pay just $49 to access all my courses, over 47 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 100,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.